Now let's go through some basic audio editing. I have a drum loop that will cut up and loop. Doing this will cover a lot of features. First, I want to talk about zooming in and out. Let's make this track as big as we can. If you click on the ruler and drag up and down, you'll be able to zoom in and out. Be careful while you're moving. This way of zooming is super fast and accurate. It can take a little while to get used to. There's too much audio here, so let's cut most of it away and just have about 4 bars. Make sure the auto scroll button is on so that the cursor stays in view. I'm going to zoom in a bit and play it. I think I'm going to pick this spot right in here. Let's listen one more time and find the beginning. Right there. We're going to listen one more time, but this time I'm going to grab the split tool, and as it plays, I'm going to cut where I want it to start and end. That should be the spot. Let's just rewind back a bit because the auto scroll button was on. The great thing about CUBASE is you don't have to get precise with your cuts. This is because you can trim the left and right sides to get it just right. Now as I was cutting, I had the snap turned on. You might find that you're not going to get the exact cut you want if this button is on. So let's turn it off. Now I can cut just about any place I like. Since I want to keep this middle section, let's erase the left and the right side of this audio event. As a small little side note here, CUBASE has amazing sample accuracy when it comes to zooming. Let's zoom in right at this part right here. Look at that, we're viewing one single sample right here. Let's turn up this slider so we can increase the amplitude of it, and grab our split tool. Let's see how many cuts we can make on one single sample. As you can see, it's a little ridiculous. CUBASE can just cut and cut and cut on one single sample so many different times. It's beyond anything we need. Let's undo some of these cuts using the Edit History window. That should do it right there. Let's pull the slider back down and zoom back out. We're going to zoom in at the beginning and the end of this audio file to make sure that we loop it and cut it exactly. I'm going to listen to it one more time just to make sure that this is the beginning and that this is the end. Alright, we've determined that this is the exact spot here, and it should play all the way through, and it should end right here, and our cut should be right there. Knowing this, we're going to zoom in at the beginning, and make our cut. Before we zoom in, let's once again increase the amplitude. We're going to have to zoom in a bit more. Now the funny thing about CUBASE is that it allows you to zoom in so much that you might even get too much accuracy. You might be thinking, well, where do I cut? A good rule of thumb is cut where the sample, this little line right here, meets this straight line right here. Okay, I'm not going to get too technical on you, but basically if you cut up here, you're going to get a little click sound. If you cut down here, you're also going to get a little click sound. So it's good to cut where these guys meet each other. Anywhere along here. I guess right there would be a good clean spot. Let's grab the split tool and make our cut. Now sometimes you can't get complete accuracy, but this is more than enough. I'm going to zoom down and erase that little piece. Let's zoom out and zoom into the end. Now remember, this piece has got to go. What I can do is just cut it right here, erase it, and zoom in a little bit further. The reason I did this is I just want to show you an alternative method to trimming the end. Let's increase the end here. Now let's grab the end of this audio event, and remember, we can just use this. Sometimes this makes it a little easier. Now if we find that after we're looping this, that we trim too much off of the ending or the beginning, we can just grab these handles and get it just right. Let's pull this level down. Let's zoom out. Remember the video on looping where we can just say Shift G? Well, we can apply this here. We don't have to worry if this is right on time, bar 18 or 19. We just want to hear if the loop is okay. Once we know that, then we can position it anywhere. But first, let's just hit Shift G and see if it loops okay. Shift G. That sounds really good to my ears. To sum it up, it doesn't matter where we cut our audio in CUBASE. We can always adjust it later. Let's take this to sort of the nth degree. Let's cut out this snare sound right here. Then what we can do is just trim the handles to the end of it and to the beginning of it. Now let's hear this part being taken out. We really don't have to worry about editing in CUBASE. We can grab the handles, move it left or right, cut right down to sub-sample accuracy. It's really easy to edit audio in CUBASE.